Is ready. The Gold Coast 500 is here.
Live from Brisbane, 7 News with Sharon Gadella and Max Butcher.
Good evening. Lightning strikes have triggered a fresh emergency on the Western Downs, with fire crews spending a fourth day battling monster out-of-control blazes. It's been confirmed at least 16 homes have been destroyed as hundreds of residents wait to return.
The bushfire battleground brought to the front yard of a Tara home. This house in the middle of flames racing in from either side. Locals barefoot but holding the line with firefighters. Alan Thompson stayed behind to defend his property.
I'm all right, I just took a bit of smoke.
Only minutes earlier,
Get ready for an evacuation.
the driveway was clear as dozens of firefighters drove in. Masks on, hoses unloaded, ready to tackle the flames. They knew what was coming.
It's jumped, it's gone around. It's in this side now. So this is their last fire break, so it's going to be right through here now.
First thick smoke, then flames and embers picked up and carried ahead by strong winds.
This is how dangerous these flames can get. Crews are defending a home here and a spot fire is broken up behind the back. It's really out of control now. We've got to go.
A frantic few minutes as the flames edged closer.
The fire has been told to evacuate.
Sprinklers working overtime. Firefighters dousing the flames, but they were too fierce. The situation too dangerous.
You can see the crews are leaving this fire at the moment. They're retreating because we've been told they are not going to stop this fire.
This blaze, part of a massive fire front tearing through the Western Downs.
The Tara fire is still being worked on containment. We haven't been able to contain that fire.
Overnight, there was a glimmer of hope. Woohoo! A scorched fire ground kissed by rain. But instead of bringing relief, the storm brought a new threat, lightning sparking multiple fires.
We were absolutely peppered in that area with dry lightning.
Flames erupting, both the ground and the sky glowing.
It was a significant weather impact last night.
Firefighters forced to act quickly.
The crews yet again went to great lengths to bring those fires, as they were identified to us, under control in a very, very rapid period of time.
At Halliford, multiple spot fires combined into one inferno. Back in Tara, they spent the morning on the offensive and protecting homes.
How close did it get?
Basically within probably 10 metres. We're actually doing more structural protection, like for instance the house behind us, making sure that it remains standing at the end of the day.
Others haven't been so lucky. At least 16 properties are gone.
That's Marcus's room there.
This place was Gavin's.
This house has survived a lot of fires, but it didn't survive this one. And this was his home for 21 years.
The fire came through here so quickly and with such ferocity, everything had to be left behind. Pets, personal belongings, memories.
We just told everyone we've got to get out. I rang Uncle Gavin and said, hey, we've got to get out. When the fire just came through, he sent me the photos the next morning and everyone was devastated.
Gavin is well known around Tara for taking people in, providing a home for those without.
If someone needed somewhere to go, they come here.
Now family is doing the same for him.
There's a GoFundMe page called Gavin's Rebuild.
I've been here, 11 and a half years, and this is the worst I've ever seen it.
The destruction clear as residents return home.
Welcome to Tara. On our way home, this is where they stopped it from actually hitting Tara Kogan.
Walking into the unknown.
It's just blackness after blackness out there. Oh dear, just devastating. Devastation after devastation.
Well, Garth Burley is in Weambilla. Garth, what's the threat like there tonight?
Well, Max, those fires around the Tara, Kogan and Weambilla have tonight been downgraded from... There still is the risk of dry lightning and, of course, spot fires around this region, which a lot of crews have been mopping up over the last hour. That fire that was burning along Joseph's Road today was actually moving towards the gas wells. I'm told that all staff on that site were pulled for safety reasons. And while there is no immediate threat to infrastructure or the public, they do have the ability to remotely shut down that facility if needed. We're also learning today that the identity of a man whose body was found on a Tara property is Urich Wadowski, but it will need a forensic examination to 100% confirm his identity.
Tragic news, thanks for that. Garth Burley and William tonight. The ferocity and unpredictability of these fires were evident with a fresh blaze sparked here near Halliford. Anna McGraw, you were on the ground with crews there as they battled the blaze.
Max, this new situation here just goes to show how unpredictable and how quickly things can change here in an instant. Now, we're at the incident control point here this evening. Now, crews are enjoying a much needed dinner break after working all day on this blaze, but it will be short-lived. They will be heading back out onto the fire front this evening to try and bring this blaze within containment lines. It still remains at an emergency level this evening. It was sparked by lightning strikes between Tara and Dalby here overnight. Crews thought they had a handle on it this morning, so did the locals, but the winds, they whipped it up and took everyone by surprise, forcing residents to evacuate. They say that it is one of the worst fires that they've seen here in a long time. A fight against a volatile, formidable foe. As quick as it ignites, fire leaps from one side of the road to the other. What are the conditions like at the moment? It's looking pretty scary out here. Can you talk us through it?
It's getting bad and it's getting worse. There's a fire coming over through there at the minute.
An evolving emergency deteriorating within seconds.
Let's go. Everyone. Get the hell out of here.
4 individual fires on a single Halliford property merging. How's the property at the moment? Is it not good? Not looking good?
Oh, no, it's all right. Half of it will be gone at least.
Frantic rescuers going from property to property, warning residents to leave.
Just getting our stuff and then leaving, I guess.
Farmers attempting to save their livestock, their livelihood. How are you feeling right now?
I haven't got time to feel. Just got to move and do.
We were on the road with crews as scrub around us burned.
See the fire fronts coming through there?
Blackened, smouldering bush as far as the eye can see. Even a child's bicycle is fuel for these flames. So they've managed to save this house?
Yeah, so far.
Hazards of the job everywhere you look.
See that tree's about to fall?
Yeah.
Burnt down the one. That's what this fire from is.
A coordinated attack formulated by exhausted but resilient firefighters refusing to give in.
We worked till, 8 last night and got going early this morning.
There are dozens of crews on the ground fighting this fire, but their main method of attack is waterbombing aircraft to try and put out this fire front. Constantly refuelling before re-entering the ground.
We're okay at the moment. I better get back there now and just wet everything down because it's coming.
Unrelenting, unforgiving. Anna McGraw, 7 News.
Well, let's bring in Rachel Baxter now. Rachel, extra support for the community is about to arrive.
Yeah, that's right, Max. Community recovery teams will arrive here in Tara tomorrow to help distribute some of the donations that have been delivered here. The state government has also announced some funding for essentials like food and clothes. But tonight, Max, 267 people still remain in Chinchilla and in Dalby in evacuation centres, and exactly what they're going home to and when they can get home, they have no idea.
It's not much, but it's safe.
Well, I've got the family, so that's all that really matters to me, really. But, yeah, all our photos and stuff that we've had to leave behind are all going to end up going, so it gets a bit heartbreaking.
Prams packed with clothes, a ute full to the brim, signs of the Peterson family's rushed getaway out of Tara.
My ute that broke down halfway here, someone was nice enough to tow us the rest of the way so we could get to hear.
A community spirit shining. More than 200 people are staying at the evacuation centre at Dalby, a refuge for those fearing for their livelihoods.
It's really awesome. Otherwise we'd be out in the street, so yeah.
We met Donna Grunzel as she was fleeing her Halliford home this morning.
They're going to shut the highway down, so if we don't get off now, we're going to be stuck here.
And what have you got with you? A lot of animals?
A lot of dogs and a couple of cats. Yeah.
And is that pretty much all? You've just grabbed the animals and raced out?
Well, we've got a lot more animals on the property that we couldn't get off, so we're praying.
Now it's an anxious wait in makeshift accommodation.
Boys gone into Toowoomba now to try and get us a tent and some chairs and a gazebo to set up.
Those who are able to help are doing what they can. The Tara Neighbourhood Centre is collecting basic items for those who have lost everything.
Any personal hygiene products, toiletries, especially towels, those sorts of things.
Disaster support is now available. Families can apply for $900 in relief payments, $180 for individuals. This is Tara this afternoon, mostly deserted because the people who live here are still unable to return home. And while community spirit is certainly a silver lining in times like this, there is concern some people are taking advantage of those at their most vulnerable.
People got to evacuate their homes. They end up having their places looted.
It's disgusting.
A community trying to lift those who are down. In Tara, Rachel Baxter, 7 News.
Now to some developing news, and there's a fire threat on Brisbane's doorstep with a new blaze erupting to the city's south. Joel Dry, residents have been ordered to seek shelter there.
Max, for people living between Lyons and Undulla, rural areas of Logan, it is now too late to leave as this fire threatens properties. Those residents have been warned driving now could be deadly. It was predicted that new emergencies could spring up today with nasty conditions, and that's exactly what's happened. Fire crews are attempting to protect homes as water bombers focus on the task of dousing the most dangerous lines of flames. This area of dense bushland is perfect fuel for fire, and the wind is pushing the blaze towards more populated communities south of Ipswich. Like many areas tonight, crews on this fire ground will be hoping to get some assistance from much needed rain.
Would be nice. All right, thanks to Joel Dry reporting there. There are fresh concerns tonight about the preparedness for bushfires across other parts of Queensland. Many near dry bushland are anxious about the season ahead.
A dry winter has those who live on or near bushland nervous.
It's tinder dry here.
Yeah. Kathy Gibson says conditions are as bad as she's seen.
We've had it dry like this before, but it hasn't been this dry for quite a while.
Authorities have known for some time the challenges that lay ahead.
As we flagged back in August, it will be quite an active fire season.
With terrifying deadly fires already engulfing parts of the state, the firefighters' unions say it's clear we are not as prepared as we should be.
Looking at previous years, we would have had strike teams prepared to go from other regions to move into there quickly.
The union's also critical of the lack of hazard reduction done through winter.
To be honest, it's really difficult to burn out all of Queensland and you don't know where the fire's going to start. More focus could have been done there for sure.
The high-risk areas now are far and wide, right across the southwestern region, from Toowoomba to the Western and Southern Downs, down to the Gold Coast hinterland and surrounds, western parts of the Sunshine Coast. Around Brisbane, residents in Somerset, Redlands and Moreton Island should be on high alert. It's conditions like this that are pretty well everywhere you look in and around Brisbane at the moment. In fact, right across Queensland that has experts concerned. Dry undergrowth, meaning heavy fuel loads that they say are just waiting to go up. And so early in the fire season, crews are stretched. QFest today telling 7 News communities can be confident in the capacity of their local brigades to respond to incidents.
The rural fire service people on the ground and the fire and rescue people that are on the ground there now are reporting back to me that they're doing it tough, but they're going to give it their best shot.
All hoping for the same thing.
Hope for rain tomorrow. It's supposed to rain tomorrow.
You'll be doing your rain dance tonight?
Don't know about that.
Steve Hart, 7 News.
So, Tony Auden, is there any sign of that forecast rain?
Well, Max, only very patchy storms both last night and so far this afternoon, and we have seen more issues from dry lightning than any of that rain. The radar shows only very patchy, weak storms over the ranges, both inland and on the southern border this afternoon, and they are sweeping away to the south at the moment. We could still see a few drops overnight, but don't expect too much. So the lack of rain has left us with a thick smoke haze across the southeast. Air quality has dropped from good to fair in some parts of the region, while one sensor at Dalby has also dropped to very poor. Max, I'll be back soon with the forecast.
Thanks, Tony. And Sharon will be back with more from here in Tara later.
Yes, it's certainly a developing story. All right, thank you, Max. Well, let's go to Paul Burt now on the Gold Coast. And Bertie, warnings have been issued for gale force winds.
That's right there, Sharon. In fact, winds in excess of 35 knots or around 65 kilometres per hour. Forecast from border waters through to Cape Morton for tonight and tomorrow evening as well. Of course, with that, we're going to see a hit time at around 4 p.m. in the afternoon. Now, that'll see the seas reaching between 4 to 5 metres during the peak. Now, this has also seen all shark nets being removed from the Gold Coast waters today, leaving only drum lines to remain over the weekend. Now, warning to boaters as well. It is advisable to stay off the water till the winds ease back, which is going to occur on Sunday. But one thing for certain at the moment there, Sharon, there's a lot of wild weather across the southeast.
It is certainly all happening. All right, thank you, Bertie. 7 News.